Most people go through life avoiding pain. They run from struggle, hide from discomfort, and settle for mediocrity. But what if I told you that everything you've ever wanted, success, strength, confidence, and greatness, comes from running toward the pain, from diving into the suffering and refusing to quit? That's the mindset of an unbreakable warrior. That's the mindset of David Goggins. This isn't a story about talent. It's not about being gifted. It's about one thing: drive. I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the strongest. But I was relentless. I was willing to suffer more than anyone else. And because of that, I achieved what most people call impossible. So if you're ready to unlock your true potential, if you're ready to stop making excuses and start dominating life, then listen up. Because this is how you transform your mind, your body, and your future. I remember sitting in that tub, barely able to breathe. My body was shutting down. Every muscle screamed in pain. The cold water rushed over me as my mom's boyfriend, a doctor, told her, "Get him to a hospital now." But I refused. I didn't want comfort. I didn't want safety. I wanted to sit there and soak in the pain because I had done something that no one, especially not me, thought was possible. I had run 70 miles and I was broken. My feet were shredded. My body was shutting down. My mind was screaming at me to quit. But then something happened. I went beyond my breaking point. I pushed past what I thought was my limit. And guess what? I ran 31 more miles, a total of 101 miles in under 24 hours. That's when I realized something that changed my life forever. The human mind is designed to quit at 40% of its true potential. Most people never push past that. But if you can tap into the remaining 60%, you become unstoppable. I wasn't special. I wasn't gifted. I was just a guy who got tired of quitting. I had quit everything in my life: school, sports, relationships. I ran from challenges, from discomfort, from anything that made me feel weak. But one day, I made a decision. I was done running. I was done being weak. I was going to face my demons, no matter how painful it was. That decision took me from being a 297-pound guy who could barely run a quarter mile to a Navy SEAL, to an ultra-marathon runner, to a record-setting pull-up machine. Here's how you do it. You can't grow in comfort. Growth happens in the suffering, in the struggle, in the moments when you want to quit but don't. Embrace the pain. It's the price of greatness. If you don't have a deep reason to keep going, you'll give up. My why was simple. I refused to be the weak version of myself. I wanted to become the hardest man alive. What's your why? Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Every time you push through pain, you get stronger. Every time you quit, you reinforce weakness. Which one do you want? I ran 100 miles before I ever ran a marathon. I finished one of the toughest races in the world on pure willpower. What are you capable of if you stop making excuses? People ask me all the time, how do you stay motivated? The truth? I don't. Motivation is weak. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation disappears the moment things get hard. What you need is discipline. Discipline is waking up at 4 a.m. when you don't feel like it. Discipline is pushing through exhaustion when your mind tells you to stop. Discipline is showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. If you rely on motivation, you'll never be great. But if you master discipline, you will own your future. Most people stop chasing greatness when life gets comfortable. They get the job, the house, the money, and they stop pushing. They become soft. They become civilized. The moment you become civilized, you lose. I refuse to be comfortable. I refuse to slow down. At 43 years old, I still run 100-mile weeks. I still do thousands of pull-ups. I still push myself past my limits because I know that comfort is the enemy. Right now, you have a choice. You can go back to being comfortable, to making excuses, to quitting when things get hard. Or you can decide right now to become unstoppable. Start today. Start now. Push yourself harder than ever before. Embrace the pain. Seek out the struggle. Find out what you're truly capable of. Because I promise you this, if you're willing to suffer, if you're willing to sacrifice, if you're willing to go to war with yourself, you will achieve things that most people only dream of. If this message fired you up, drop a comment below. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure you follow the channel because this is just the beginning. You are stronger than you think. Now prove it.